Coming up next on Get Caught in a Net.
Get caught in a net with a net. For your mind, body, and soul. Get caught in a net with a net. It's your intellectual radio show. Here to inspire you and encourage you to be your very best. Get caught in a net with a net.
You are now tuned in to Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette, where your host, Annette Harris, analyze intriguing life questions and concerns, such as, do Christians suffer from mental illness? Have you wondered why they act abnormal? Or you may ask, what is really going on in their minds? Do you need Annette? Well, keep listening for a biblical understanding of the psychology of the mind.
Great afternoon, guys. Great afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in, come on in. It's your girl, Annette Harris. I am the host of Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette, brought to you by Get Caught in a Net Incorporated, of which I am CEO. I am also your certified positive mental health ambassador and author of that literary award nominated bestseller, Surviving a Silenced Heartbeat. Listen, guys, I'm so excited that you're here. You're joining us on today. I always say if you see my face around 12 noon Central Standard Time on a Wednesday, it's time for you to come on in and get caught in a net. Listen, we are going to bring in our guest from the virtual waiting room. But before I do that, Lord, we thank you for all things. We thank you for what you've done, how you've done it, and how you're just being glorified and being magnified in our lives. We ask that you would get the glory out of everything we go to say and do, not only on this segment, but in everything. And we give you thanks and we give you praise in Jesus' name. And the opening scripture, the first part of Hosea 4:6 states, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee." And again, we're excited to be here on today. I'm going to ask that when you come in, I'm going to ask you to like, love, care, share, and tag individuals. And when you do all of that, you're pushing this out and it costs you nothing to do it. If you wouldn't mind doing that for me. We are live on Facebook, Instagram, and also my YouTube channel, all at Get Caught in the Net. So you won't miss a beat. And of course, if you come in a little bit later, you can always rewind after the segment is over to listen to it in its entirety. Now, I'm going to bring in my beautiful guest on today. She is a returning guest and she's just a jewel. I just love her so much. I love her spirit. I love what all that she does. Tracie McKinney is back in the house with us on today. How are you feeling?
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for having me, Queen. I just love you so much.
I love you too. Yes, we have. I said in my promo that we were introduced or through, it was Brandy, right? Wasn't it Brandy? Yes.
Yes, yes, it was.
And we just connected just like immediately.
Yes,
And I'm so grateful for that connection and for that meeting.
yes,
But
I am too.
it has been tremendous, been wonderful getting to know you. And I'm so
Yeah.
excited what God is doing through you. So, guys, I asked her
Mm,
if she wouldn't mind coming back on to help us celebrate our 10-year anniversary this year
yes.
for Mind, Body, and Soul. And so we have our Where Are They Now segment that we
Mm,
feature. We're featuring all year, so we're celebrating all year long. And so
amen.
she said yes, she would do it for me. And I'm like, because girl, you
Absolutely.
got some stuff going on. I want them to know about. So we see where
Absolutely,
is
I
she
would do that for
now
you.
and what is
Happy
she doing?
anniversary.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's
Yeah,
all God. It's all
yeah,
God, and bringing us
yes.
through to where we are now. So I'm so
Mhm.
grateful. So let me just read a little bit. No, you
Okay.
know what? I'm gonna take a little turn today. How about Tracy? Just talk to my guests about who you are. Those who there's some that will watch and are
Right.
watching that probably remember who you are. Then there are others who don't know who Tracy is. So talk
Yeah.
to us about Tracy in your own words. Who are you?
So that's a great question because there was a time I didn't know who I was. And so
Oh,
there was a time someone would ask that question and I wouldn't know how to answer that because I had never discovered my true authentic identity. Now, when you say that, I first and foremost will say I'm a daughter of the King of the Most High. I am Tracie McKinney, a true healed and whole soul, working to help other women to cultivate and transform with healing. I do believe before you can be empowered that you must heal. And I think too many people are doing empowerment and they're doing it while having suppressed trauma. So once you discover who you are and heal, you will then know your true purpose. But you can't do it with the residue. So that's who Tracie McKinney is now before you, a healed soul.
I
She found
love
her.
it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Definitely, definitely. Look, guys,
Yes.
she's been very modest in describing herself on today, but she has so many. She wears a lot of hats, and she has done a great work. Throughout, wherever
Yes.
she's lived here in Chicago. I think she
Yes.
just returned back to Chicago.
Yes.
But she's
Yep.
just been doing a great work. And I look, let me read just a little bit. I'm gonna toot her
Okay.
horn a little bit here.
Okay.
As she already stated, she's a God fearing woman, a mother, a
Yes.
grandmother, a student of Midwest School of Theology. All right,
Yes.
now, a
Mhm.
businesswoman, a published author of Rewritten, I Am Free and No Longer Bound.
Yes.
And she's also a certified life coach, guys.
Yes.
And she's been deemed the turnaround coach. The Circles Foundation, Colorism No More, owner of what is this, DLM Legendary Consultants
Yes. Yes.
LLC. Goodness, I
Yes.
don't think I knew all of that. Her latest accomplishment is launching the She Found Her brand. And she just
Yes.
mentioned that.
Yes.
And the She Found Her podcast. So,
Yes.
and it says here, she balances it all by the grace of God. So she's here, back here. Now, this has been, we got to get an updated bio, but she's back here in Chicago now.
Yes.
And she's got some
Yes.
great personal things going on that I'm so excited for her
Yes.
about. But we'll get into that. But yeah,
Okay.
so this has been tremendous. I think the first time that you
Hmm.
came on as a guest,
Yes.
which we already mentioned, Brandy McCord referred because she was like, I think she'll be a great guest for you because she got
Yes.
so excited talking on the phone
Wow.
with you, and
Wow.
she was like, you need to connect with her and that. I'm like, okay, cool. And so the first
Wow.
time we had you on was July of 2021, July
Yes.
14th,
Yep.
2021. And
Yes.
that was a wonderful, wonderful segment. So we talked about colorism no more during that segment. And then you actually had an
Yes.
event around that time. I think that same year, wasn't it? The colorism no more. Oh, I think she's stuck. Oh, let me see if she's stuck or not. Are you
Oh, is
there?
that me stuck? Because I saw you stay. Am I stuck?
Yeah, or was it
Oh
me?
Lord. Oh Lord, because you
Okay, I
froze
think,
on my end and I'm freezing on your end, huh? The devil is a
yeah.
liar.
Oh my goodness. He is a liar. Because we're gonna talk
Yes,
about this
he is.
today. So
Yes,
I was
amen.
asking about your colorism event. Was it that was in 2021, right?
Yes, that August, that was August 2021, a month after I met you. Yes.
Right, right. And
Hmm.
I was blessed to be able to oh my
Yes.
goodness, attend. And I'm telling
Yes.
you, it was tremendous, and it was just a
Thank
blessing
you.
to see all of the connections in the room, and
Yes.
different ones coming to learn what colorism was about and to understand it, and
Yes.
God bless you to be able to expound on it. So let me
Mm-hmm.
see here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do this real quick. I see you guys
Okay.
coming in, so thank you so much. Janice says, greetings, ladies, liked and shared. I appreciate you. And I believe I saw Beatrice. Thank you, my sweetie, coming in. I hate I didn't make your event last week, dear. Good afternoon, Annette, Tracy, and everyone. We thank you for coming in, and she's wishing us a happy 10-year anniversary. Thank you so much for that. Pastor Deborah
Ooh.
says, can't do it injured. Come on now.
You can't. You
Oh,
can't.
we. And I
Ooh.
believe, I think I have some so-called lights. Can I call y'all that on here today? I was listening to Dr.
Mhm.
Hunt on this morning talking about being healed. You have to be
Mm.
healed.
Yes.
Ooh, wee.
Yes.
I was over here
Yes.
screaming at the Zoom this morning.
Ooh.
He was talking
Yes.
about it. You have to be healed before you can move forward.
Yes. Yes.
Let's see, Gloria, Minister Gloria, thank you. She says, hello, ladies. And Apostle Hunt is greeting us as well. We
Hello.
appreciate you for coming in. Thanks so much. But yeah, this is great. Make sure you guys tag individuals in and share this for me if you wouldn't mind. And then those that are watching that I don't see your names, just charge it to my head, not my heart if I don't see you. But we're going to hop right into this and talk about. So let's go back. Okay, so that
Okay.
first interview, what did you think about that? And was that that particular interview that you had with me?
Hmm.
How did Tracy feel about that one?
That was a great interview. That was. I know people were in your comments like, "Oh my God!" Like when I was revealing my past, they were like, "Oh my God!" But it's actually something I never thought I would share because I wouldn't have told my business like that. But God said that that's what I would do, and I would help to free others. I mean, who wants to, openly admit, yeah, I'm trying to commit a murder. I'm trying to kill someone that killed my son. Like, but
Right.
it's not about me. And people were even worried, like, oh my God, you're not going to go to jail, are you? Because I'm like, I didn't do the murder. God didn't let that happen. But I had a heavy murder spirit on me. So
Yeah.
imagine me trying to go out and empower women with that spirit on me, with that unhealed trauma, right? So that's where Missouri came into play, where God sent me to this small town in Missouri. I had never stepped foot in Missouri, a population of 6,000, but that was where it was what I call my wilderness season. And I was telling
Mm.
somebody just the other day, I said, it's crazy how in my wilderness season, there was so much peace. So much peace. And,
Wow.
because a lot of people say in the wilderness season, it's like it's rough. No, I had peace. I had peace like I had never known. So much so that when I came back to Chicago just 3-4 months ago, the minute I announced my move back to Chicago and made preparations, all hell broke loose. All hell broke loose. You wouldn't even believe what I've gone through from May until now. You
Whoa.
would, to the point that, and I tell people, don't fold. Things have been revealed in my family that literally almost took me out of here, and I had to recognize
Mm.
the enemy. I said, oh, you're trying to put me back in the state of mind I was in before I left here, but you are a liar. I
See,
will not go back. I will not go back to that state of mind. I will continue to walk as my healed self. I will continue to do therapy, whatever it is that I need to do to make sure that I remain healed. But that's what you have to know. Once you heal and those things get to, being thrown at you, life is life, and as they say now, right? Once you healed and really surrender to God, you're going to handle that so much differently. Now, if all of this stuff would have happened to me in my broken season that happened since I've been back, I wouldn't have survived it. I probably wouldn't have survived it. But once I submitted and surrendered to God and I trust what he has for me, and I see the people that I'm even bringing to Christ, that's why the enemy is mad. Oh, he's mad. I've got people who been laying in depression for 10 years that have now given their life to God, watching my walk. He's mad. So yeah, he's going to keep coming with these attacks. They're coming. They've been coming left and right, but God. That's my favorite skill, but God. So understand why people take that as healing is a bad thing, probably because of the process. The process is not easy. It's not, because it makes you have to face some things. It makes you have to look in the mirror and face and take accountability for anything that you've done. I had to do all of that. Just even marrying the man that I married years ago when I was told not to. God sent me strangers. I was in Iowa and 2 strangers said, that man that you're about to marry in Chicago is not your husband. So you see how when we say, no, God, I'm going this way, but he said, I told you to go that way. You got to deal with the consequences that come through that. Now, you got to deal with it. He's going to take his hand off of it. He's such a gentleman that he's not going to force himself on us. So he's like, I'm here when you're ready, daughter. But I tell people, he loved me so much, even when I was running, he was chasing after me. It's no way. And I tell people, don't even invite me in the room if I can't talk about him, because to know that I was running from him and I was saying, not yet, God, but he kept sending strangers to me on every side, no matter where I was at. So I was like, I'm running from you and you're chasing me. You love me that much. I can't do anything but God's work. I can't do anything else but God's work. And now he's blessed. What's funny about the She Found Her, how that even came to be, that's the subtitle to my second book that I'm still working on, but God told me to go deeper.
Okay.
He told me to go deeper. I wanted that book out months ago, but he said, go deeper. What I didn't realize is I'm living the book. I'm like, wow, this is why it wasn't meant to happen then,
Right.
So that title is The Beauty of the Woman Within. She Found Her, never knowing that She Found Her was going to be my ministry. And God said, that is your ministry. And it's not to empower women, but it is to invoke change for women to heal, for women to release and unsuppress. And I'm like, oh my God. Then he gave me unsuppressed to be unearthed. And I said, God, what does that mean? Now, I got trademarks going on left and right with these things. I was like, unsuppressed to be unearthed. God, what is that? I had to get the dictionaries out. I had to dig deep. Like, what? What is that? And it's simply, God has plans for us. He knows what he has for you. But once you heal and then your vision becomes so clear, he can launch you. He can launch you right, unearth you right into this world to walk into your full purpose. God is so amazing. He's so amazing.
He is. Listen, let me interject this, because what I want you to do, if you wouldn't mind, because there's some on here that I think that they have heard that testimony when you started talking about where you came from and what God, healed you from. Everything that stemmed from with your son and everything. Can you just give a little bit of background, if you wouldn't mind?
Sure. You want me to go back to like what happened with my son, or?
Yes. And when you were talking about the spirit that was on you because of what had happened.
Okay. So in 2011, I lost my son to gun violence in Chicago, and it was by the hands of someone that he knew. My son was actually dating his sister. And I knew the mother too. So like in the neighborhood, all the parents knew each other. Now we are having kids and our kids are growing up, but our kids are growing up and becoming enemies. And so we didn't understand, So, everybody wants to be the man and nobody, how that go. And so he claimed he didn't mean to kill my son. But once he got away with it, he bragged on it because he didn't do jail time. So he bragged on it. And so I went to like state officials. I went to aldermen. I went to chief of police. Like, I tried to do everything I can. Like, justice still should be served, because can we all just go out here and kill someone and simply say, oh, I didn't mean it, and we go home like normal? And so I didn't understand that. But what really began to taunt me and to really destroy my inner soul is him continuing to commit crimes and then come home. More attempted murders, so many crimes just happening. And I was like, what is going on? And that spirit of murder came on over me. And I just was like, I was done with going to police with anybody else. And I decided I was going to take the law into my own hands. And
oh my God.
I would chase him. I would pull up at his grandmother's house. I would pull up in the alley, take the license plates off my car. I had this black demonic mask, that I purchased. It was no stopping me. I was hunting him down. He even told people that he knew that he was going to die by my hands, because I was relentless in my chase for him. Like, I didn't care where I was at on the side, what side of town I was at. If I found out where he was at, I was there. But what would happen is every time I would go to try and kill him, everybody would just come out like, Mom, what are you doing? Like, a lot of people call me Mom that my son knew. And it was like God would just send out a swarm of people. And I'm like, oh my God. So of course you can't do this while these people standing here. But the scary part about it was I just didn't even care. That's the scary. I didn't make it a secret. I blatantly said, this is what I'm going to do. But it's like, and he would get away. Like, I'm running after him. Because I didn't even tell people I got pregnant 6 months after I lost my son. I was done having kids. So here I am now, 41. I'm like, pregnant, God, a baby? Like, I was done. I'm done with the first marriage. I have 3 kids, a son and 2 daughters. And I was done. And I'm like, a baby? But you would have thought that a baby would have sat me down. No. I jumped out the car at 9 months pregnant, chasing him, ready to shoot. Yes, 9 months pregnant. So when I tell you that God interjected and would not allow that to happen, and when I got out the car, when I was pregnant, chasing him, and he said, who was that? And he jumped into somebody else's car and they sped off real fast. Like, it was always God made an escape for him. So I don't know if God was saving him or saving me, saving me myself, because I was, that relentless in my pursuit of him. And it just kept destroying me. Like, my whole conversation was murder. And I just, at that point, I was not even being a mother. Now here I am, a new baby has come, and I'm just not the same. So he went to jail for another murder, another attempted murder, something. I think he did a year for that, a year. So that I was like, okay, he's gone. So then he came back, committed another crime. And I was just like, I said, God, I can't keep going on like this. Now we're in 2017, almost 2018. I can't keep going on like this. Like, this has really taken over my life, And I said, either he has to go or I have to go. And God sent me to Missouri. So the crazy thing is, I didn't even know anybody in Missouri, had never even stepped foot. But when I had the baby, and the baby was going to daycare, I met other parents there. Now, we never hung out outside of the daycare. It's just in passing at the daycare. And one of the mothers moved to Missouri. And we had exchanged numbers, but never talked on the phone, never hung out. So can you imagine the look on her face when I called her and asked her to tell me about where she moved to? And she was like, okay. And she did. She told me it was a small, quiet town. She didn't want to raise her son in Chicago. And I said, can you send me the zip code? She sent me the zip code. And I'm sure she probably was like, what in the world? And 2 weeks later, I was there.
Wow.
Never even went to see where I was moving. I just found it. I said, does this look like it looks online? And they said, yeah, these are fairly new. They've been built 2014. I sent my money, got a U-Haul truck, and was gone. So now my family, everybody's upset because I gave no warning. I was just like, yeah, I'm leaving. So they were like, what is going on? But I knew that if I did not do that, it's no telling where I would be today. So I knew that God was saving me. It was no longer about the guy that murdered my son. It was not about him. It was what God wanted to do in me. So I get to Missouri, and it's this small town, the closest mall, 2 hours away. St. Louis is 2 hours away. And it was just like, what am I doing here? I didn't understand it. And I discovered a church there, went to this church, and that pastor prayed that murder spirit right up off of me. And that day is when I released it.
Wow.
And yeah, I released it and I began the healing journey. So we were there for 6 years, and we just got back to Chicago because God has called me back now to help others, just as women helped me. Because he changed my entire circle, and he started surrounding me, even you, surrounded me with beautiful women like you who just genuinely love me and not wanting anything in return, not or talking about me. You know what I mean? The things women go through, where he showed me, yeah, you can really have a sisterhood with women who really love you. And that's what he's showing me. And just from there, he gave me Colorism No More. And I'm just like, I'm just scared. Like, you're giving me what? But it's not about me. It's not about me. I have to move me out the way and walk into what he has. And that's how sheFoundHer came to be.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, because sheFoundHer, I think, was that established after? What year was that established? sheFoundHer.
So it just became a registered trademark last year. Was that really last year, right before I came back to Chicago? It is a registered trademark. So it's been I had that title before I had the title to my first book. That's what's crazy. He gave me that. And I was like, and my mentor said, that's your second book. And I said, I can't even get through the first book. So, and I was just like, okay. So now I've been writing and I'm just about done, but he said, go deeper. So what I realized is I'm living that, because like I told you, if you knew what happened just the minute I announced moving back to Chicago, oh, hell broke loose. And that's when I said, God, you got something good, because the enemy is mad. He's attacking this move. He delayed the move, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, but I will not give up. And I got here and more attacks came. But I smile now, like, okay, they hurt for a minute, things happen, but okay, I see you, because I know what God got for me. I know what he's calling me to do. And the enemy doesn't want you bringing other souls to Christ. That's the main thing. He doesn't want you doing that. He doesn't want you to help people heal. What do you mean? You want them to heal? Because he has them bound.
That's right.
It's time for us to heal. And we don't talk about that enough, Yeah.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Now see, this is what y'all can see why we have kindred spirits. I just love the mentality. And I love Christ because of how, like you say, he directed you. And I am so grateful that he did not allow you to carry out what you want to carry out. I wouldn't have been able to meet Tracie. I don't think.
No, nobody would have met me. No.
Right. And I'm just glad that he redirected you. I always say, and I think I've said this before on the other show, our journey is not for us alone.
Yes.
And, so what we go through is not just because, Tracy's not going through just for Tracie.
Exactly.
You realize it now, and God has directed you, with your books, your the movements, the foundation, the conferences that you create and hold. And like you said, you want to let other women know, you can make it. You can do this thing. We can go through together, and you make these connections. And I'm grateful to God for that, because, again, God is just so loving and kind and caring. He's concerned about every one of us.
Yes.
And, so he's working through you. And I'm so glad that you've yielded to him, to allow him to work through you. But yeah, this was great. I'm telling you guys, you can go on YouTube and on my YouTube channel and listen to the first segment with her, July 14, 2021, to hear that a little bit more. But So we're talking to her today because we want to see where she's been. So if you guys are just not joining us, we're 30 minutes in. We only have about 30 more minutes left, roughly, on today. So if you have any questions or comments for my guest on today, Tracie McKinney, turnaround life coach, the founder of sheFoundHer, she is in our Where Are They Now segment on today. So we're just, chatting up with her and seeing what she's been doing since her last
Yeah.
appearance. And I want to hop into some of the things that you're doing. You've been doing some great things, because I've
Yeah.
always been impressed with how you place the needs of others ahead of yours now.
Wow.
And I
Yeah.
can see from what you've told me, you experienced that's
Yeah.
what that is.
Mhm.
And it's just amazing how God just changes us, but you always have a concern for others.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel that the things that you've gone through, even with your son, or maybe other things in your life, has
Mhm.
gotten you to that point to be able to be concerned about others?
I've always been that way, if ever since I can remember. But I do believe that some of the things I've gone through, like even witnessing my mother, grandmother, and sister go through domestic violence, and then I always felt like I had to protect them.
Okay.
Because I fought at 14 a man that was hitting my mom, and it was nothing for me to jump in. Yeah. And so it's just, I don't know. That's just how God made me, because it was just always in me to be a protector.
Yeah.
Always. And even like you said, placing myself in dangerous situations where I didn't even think, but I was always wanted, let me protect. Let me protect. Let me protect. We went to, just recently, a little short story, went to see a friend perform. I was so excited for him to perform at City Winery. I had never been there, so we went to support him. All the days of this, because they said nothing like this has ever happened. So of all the days, my first visit, all hell breaks loose. So I don't know what was going on with the security guard, but he seems like he was on something, and he was offended by the dancers who were performing, and because the performance was amazing, but they didn't have on shoes, and it was just for that part of the performance. But he was highly upset for some reason, and I didn't understand that. But what I saw was him getting women face, older women that could have been my mother. And I instantly jumped up, because that protector, that protective spirit, especially when I see you dishonoring women, they're dressed up. This is not a young crowd. This is an older crowd. And I was like, what is going on? But they arrested him, long story short. But it was just that I just noticed, I said, oh my God, I instantly jumped up to protect. So I think that's just how God made me. But I do believe what I went through really played a huge part in that. I really do.
Yeah. I would agree as well. Pastor Deborah says survivor pulls
part.
up others to survive.
That
Now,
part,
Pastor Deborah, that'll preach. Okay.
That'll preach a whole word. Yes. Yes. That is
But
so
yeah,
true. So true.
that
So
yeah,
sometimes I'm like, that's just how he made me. Because sometimes I'm like, wow, sometimes I care so much, like you said, where it'll torment me because I'm caring more about someone else healing than I am, but that's just how he made me. I can't change if I wanted to.
Well, you just have a big heart. It's just a huge
Yes.
heart, which is a blessing.
Yeah.
To to know. Well, I'm glad I'm on that other side of you. I think you'll protect me if I need it.
Oh man, I would hate to see the person that tried to message you in front of me. I would hate to see it.
Right. No, but I get it. That's a beautiful spirit to have.
Yeah.
That God has blessed you with. Okay, so let's talk about some of the few changes and developments that you've had since your last appearance. So what is Tracie been up to? I know, but share with them.
So number one, I will be doing another colorism event before 2023 ends. I have to because I want to continue doing them. Now God has given me my first She Found Her Women's Conference, which will be held September 22nd and September 23rd in Sauk Village. And it's the She Found Her a Healed and Whole Soul Conference, and I have some amazing speakers, amazing worshipers that are coming to. I have Apostle Bridget Outlaw, my Apostle Kimberly McClinton, Triv. If you guys don't know who Triv is, check her out. Her music is amazing. So is my Apostle. They're on Apple Music. Their voices are out of this world. And even with the location of the conference, God told me to take them where the oil was at. Because I was, like, oh, let me find this venue. And he said, no, it's oily in this house. And where I attend church is oily. It is like no other. But so that's the space that I will be using for the conference, because I am serious about women, saying, it's okay to heal. It's okay. I am serious about it because I'm meeting way too many, and I'm hearing stories. And I know that a lot of these stories that I'm hearing is in preparation for what's to come, because for whatever reason, even in the parking lot of Sam's Club, I had a young lady just decide to tell me her business. Some really intimate things that had happened to her. Who does that in the middle of Sam's Club parking lot? Like, and I was like, this is crazy. So I know that it's a purpose behind this. It's a reason for this, because things are shifting in this world. Look at what we're going through. Look at where we're living. Imagine if you're not strong-minded, if you're not healed, you won't be able to handle a lot of things that come your way in that broken state, So I have that conference coming up again, September 22nd, 23rd, and I want to continue to do more. I have amazing women on my She Found Her podcast, and I'm getting married next week. So many things happen. And this is funny because this is my daughter's, the one I was pregnant with after my first marriage was over. So my youngest daughter, Layla, this is her dad. Like, we were together off and on since 2006, 2007. And so we were together when I went to Missouri, but he, didn't understand what happened. Like, you just left me. But I had to do that. Missouri had to happen. Missouri had to happen. And when we came back to Chicago, and he was like, I want my family back. And we just took off from there. Yeah, like we never left. Yeah, that's my best friend. So we're getting married September 9th. So much coming up. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I don't know why I'm crying right now.
Oh, no. Because you know my story, and you've watched, and you've seen, and we've talked, and God is just amazing. He's so amazing. Yeah. So it's crazy that even when I was in Missouri, I had people prophesy and told me that Layla's dad was my husband, and I always knew it. God told me that, but again, he knew what he had to do. He had to take me. Imagine if he made me somebody's wife in that broken state.
Wouldn't have worked. It
wouldn't have worked. And then I'm in ministry school, and I accepted the call of a licensed evangelist, and I'm still in school, and I'm just letting God have his way. I've surrendered, and God, use me. I'm yours. Whatever you want me to do, I will do it. I will do it. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, so beautiful. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't expect me to react like that, but she told me a few weeks ago, and I'm screaming on the text message, just so excited for her. And it's just, and you're right. It's because of, what I've known that you've gone through, and you deserve this happiness. You deserve it. You really do. And I was looking at the young man. I haven't met him in person, but I could tell, you could tell this is it. When I first saw the pictures, this is before you all made it official. I said, I see something there. I see some love there. Somebody's in love. And I think I even commented on that picture or something like that. I can't remember, but we can tell how God has just really brought this full circle for you and just blessed you tremendously. And I am genuinely happy for you. I really am,
so
and just grateful. But let's do this. They're giving you congratulations. I'm sorry, Minister Glorious. congratulations on all of your accomplishments.
Thank you so much.
Um, and this is a blessing. You all can keep praying for her. This is
Yes.
so much that she's has experienced in the past couple of years.
Yes.
So she's been, and I
Yes.
say past couple of years because we're still referring back to when she was a guest
Mhm.
on the show. So this is great. Now, where can they find you, and how can they get to this conference?
Oh,
I was
yes.
initially scheduled to be out of town. I'm not sure around that
Okay.
time. That's why I
Okay.
didn't even purchase anything
Okay.
yet. I don't know if the
Okay.
tickets are still available or not.
Yes. Yes, they
But
are. Yes, they are.
okay, but
Yes.
that's so you'll know why Annette didn't do anything yet because I was having
Okay.
actually
I got
scheduled
you.
to
I
be
got you.
out of town, and so we're trying to see if we can rearrange some stuff. So,
Okay.
okay, so
Okay.
where can they go to find you to keep up with you, and then to be
Okay.
able to come to this event as well?
Okay. So I'm on Facebook at Tracie Tracie
Okay,
McKinney McKinney. Just Tracie McKinney on all platforms. On Instagram, it's Miss Tracie McKinney, MS Tracie McKinney.
okay,
Then I have LinkedIn, Tracie McKinney. Everything is, I don't make it too difficult. So everything is on, but the conference, all of the information is on my Facebook page and then the website, www.traciemckinney.com. The tickets,
okay.
I can give you the links. The tickets are on there as well as Eventbrite. So yeah.
Okay, so the tickets
Um,
are on your website too, you
Yes.
said? Okay.
And Eventbrite. So they're updating because so when I first planned this conference, it was one day. So now my web designer is updating it to include both days because I added the Friday. Everybody was like, you need to do Friday and Saturday. I was like, okay. So yeah. So
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I'm
So
sorry, it didn't
Friday.
click. Maybe because I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
still crying. It didn't click. That it
Oh,
was it was 2 days.
it's
Okay, that's
okay.
even better. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, that's
So
fine. All right,
yeah.
so
So
while she's talking, guys, and telling you where to find, I'm trying to type in her information, the
okay.
website, and then of course you can go and connect with her on Facebook. And she said
Mm-hmm.
on, I think on IG is Miss McKinney. Is that what you said?
Yes, Miss Tracie McKinney,
Okay.
MSTRACIEF. Miss Tracie McKinney.
Okay.
So yeah, but I'll be posting more today because I'm posting like things about my speakers. I'll be going live with some of the speakers prior to, it's like planning because we literally planned a wedding in 2 months. So planning this and then planning this conference has been overwhelming, but I'm getting it done. We're getting it done. So I want to do some more posting about because I have some amazing speakers and some women who, oh my God, I was very intentional about this. I didn't pick people because of popularity, because of this, but that. But
Okay.
I know who is going to invoke the presence of God and change
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to want to have transformation when you leave there. And I want to keep up with the ladies. I don't want to just have this conference and say one and done, but I want to keep doing things because I really, really want to see women heal. I just really want to, because we carry a
Yes.
lot. We carry a lot, and we're expected to just get up and keep going. We don't have time to soak about it because we got to keep going. And next thing you know, now we're ticking time bombs because we haven't dealt with
Yeah.
anything. And
Yeah.
yes, yeah. So
You telling the truth there,
yeah,
because we wear so many hats. We
yes,
wear so many
yes,
hats, and
yes.
as you were talking, I was thinking about. You remember that commercial they had, where I forget what they were advertising. It was some maybe like cold medicine or something like that,
Uh-huh.
and you have the mom, and then you have the kids, and
Yes,
then the mom is like, "I need a day off" or whatever. It's like you can't take
yes.
a day off.
You can't. You can. You got to take this and that and keep moving. You can't. And
Yes.
so, but it's time for us to. My question that I really pose to women is, how important are you to you? God did not
Mm.
create us to forget about us. He never said that. He didn't create us to say, go see about everybody else and forget about you. He didn't say that. He called us to help others, but he wants us to be healed and whole, helping others, because
Yes.
otherwise I'm just spewing my anger, my trauma onto others.
Hmm.
And we're supposed to do it in love. So he wants you to love you too, because he loves you. He loves
Yes.
you. So we have to love us, we
I
have to.
love that.
Yes, yes,
Yeah. Bring
yeah.
us back full circle, make us
Yes,
think, make us, and
yes,
then we can understand our purpose from that as well.
yes. The
Yeah.
clarity of your purpose will be so clear. Oh my God.
Mm,
Yes,
mm, mm.
yes. My life
Okay.
changed when it was just a different set of lenses. Yes,
Jesus, my
yes,
goodness.
yeah.
Okay. Now your podcast, She Found Her
Mhm.
podcast, correct? Can
Yes.
they get to it from your website, or where can they find your
It's
podcast?
it should be on my website, but it's on Apple Music. It's on iHeart. It's on Google Play. It's on all platforms. Spotify.
Okay.
It's yeah.
Okay. So She Found Her podcast,
What's the
guys.
kickoff? Yes, we're kicking
Okay.
off the third season at the conference. We're doing a live podcast on that Friday. Yes. That's gonna
What?
be yes, yes. Season 3 kicks off at the conference on Friday night.
Okay.
Yeah,
I love it. I
yes.
love it.
Oh, and I forgot
I
to say,
love it.
Saturday is the Saturdays conference is also a Black and Gold affair, and it's a sit down dinner, along with all the amazing speakers and worship. So yeah, so I'm excited.
Good. You should
Yes,
be. You're
yes,
putting a lot into it, and I'm sure you have a
yes,
team that's working with you to help
yes,
you
yes,
with all of
yeah,
this and this wedding too, girl. You
yeah.
just put a big old S on your chest,
Right.
Superwoman.
Oh my goodness.
But
Nobody but
that
God.
I'm telling you,
Yes,
nobody but them. So I'm
yes.
telling you guys, if you're listening to us, I did put her website in the
Thank you.
comment section. It's on the screen now. She's on Facebook as Tracie McKinney. She's on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
IG as Miss Tracie McKinney.
Uh-huh.
So you shouldn't miss her. And you're again interested in getting tickets, make sure
I
you
would
go to
love to
her
see you guys
website.
there. Yes. And that
Yes,
price is
yes.
for both days. It's for both days. It's not each, it's both days. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, come through, why don't you?
Yeah.
All right
Yes.
now. Okay. All right. Well, as
Yes.
we're wrapping up today, can you encourage my listeners with
Mhm.
something that will help them to succeed? You've
Mm,
said a lot today already,
yeah.
encouraging. Maybe just some final words for us.
Yes. I would say, first of all, first and foremost, it's okay to choose you. It's okay to be a little selfish and choose you. It's okay to do self care. Your environment, your surroundings plays a huge part in that. Because I've heard people say, "Well, I can't just up jump and move and go to Missouri like you did." No, you might not be able to do that, but you can control what you surround yourself with, who you surround yourself with. Because we have to make sure that we don't have people, we're drained, right? And we have people pulling on us, draining us even more. So now I need to surround myself with people who can help pour. And so my change in my surroundings and my environment will help me to really know that it's okay to heal, and it'll help me to pursue healing. So it's choose you. It's okay. Don't feel
Yeah.
bad about it. Don't let make anybody make you feel guilty about choosing you. Do it. I promise you, your life will change, and you're gonna be so surrendered to God and walk holy into your purpose, because He'll show you your purpose. You'll have that clarity, and you'll see just with the new complete set of eyes. So please choose you. Choose you. You are worthy. Don't ever think you're not. You're worthy of everything God has for you. Everything. Everything.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, thank you again for taking
Thank
time
you.
out on today. I know you have a full plate, but I'm so appreciative that
Thank
you
you.
have decided to join us and to share
Absolutely.
with us what you've been doing and to encourage us.
Yes.
We've already heard what's new and what's coming up next. Again,
Yes.
guys, go to her website. That's probably the quickest way to do it.
Yes.
Go to her website at traciemckinney.com,
Mhm.
www.traciemckinney.com. And Tracy
Yes.
is Tracie. I know there are a
Yes.
few different ways to spell it. All right, guys. So make sure you go there and keep up with her. Get those tickets.
Thank
Um,
you. I would love to see you guys there.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. And I'm gonna see. I'm gonna make sure. See, I'm gonna check my schedule again because I
Okay.
got it. I want to get there so bad. I
Okay.
really do. But thank you again. And I bid you Godspeed. I just pray that God will just continue to just
Thank
shower down blessings on you.
Thank you.
You know, as you're working in the kingdom, and as you're doing his will and
Yes.
his work, that he will grant you the wisdom and knowledge and understanding what all that you need to do so that you
Yes.
will continue to do what he has for you to do. So
Thank
I'm
you.
just praying God's
I
blessings over
receive it.
you
Thank you
and
so
and
much.
your
I receive.
you're welcome. Over your new marriage. Yes, yes,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
that's right. That's right. What a blessing. I'm
Yes.
sorry, Minister Gloria. She said, "What's the name of this? Is the She Found Her event, right?"
Yes. This is a She Found Her first annual conference. This is our very first conference. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here,
Yeah.
let me do this, and let me see if I can try and put in the Is my thing going? I was going to try and put
In the
the
comments.
page, yeah, in
Okay.
the comments section where the She Found Her. Can I find it? Can I find
Okay.
it? Meet
Um,
Trey is it under Meet Tracy. Let's see, where is it?
the for the
No,
tickets
okay,
or
yeah, for the tickets.
shop under shop.
Shop.
Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you. I guess I should have just said asked that out loud.
That's okay.
So I'm gonna put that link in the comment section, guys, where you can get the tickets. It is called the She from Her event, and I love the way she does the she found her. Her is capitalized.
Yeah.
Come on, come
Yes.
through. Yeah, so
I was
you
trying to
guys
see if
shouldn't
I
miss
could
it.
put the flyers in the comments.
Oh,
Or
okay, okay, all right, wonderful. I think Brandy joined us. Brandy, we're about to end, but we just talked about you earlier. We
hey
appreciate you for this
Brandy.
connection, connecting Tracy and I together a few
Yeah.
years ago. It's been about 3 years.
Hmm.
No, two. Well, going on three, I guess.
Almost through. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we appreciate uh-huh. using you to make the connection with us. But this has
Yeah.
been great. So thank you again. Again, I just bid you guys speed,
Thank
success,
you. Thank you.
all the good stuff that he has for you. And, don't let anything worry you. I know you got another week or whatever. Well,
Yes.
when you get to that wedding day, girl, just smile, enjoy it all, okay?
Yes, I am.
Enjoy
Yes, I
it. Don't worry
am.
about, don't be stressed out
Yeah.
or anything.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
this is so wonderful, and I'm just so
Yeah.
excited for you. And, I
Thank
see where
you.
God has brought you from,
Yes.
and
Yes.
what He's doing through you, and I see what He's gonna do.
Woo.
I see it. I see you. You're like, I see you,
Woo.
Jesus.
Come on. Oh my God. Yes. Have your way, God. Have your way.
Right. You just keep on keeping on, and I'm over here, dear, and I'm holding your arms up in
Thank
prayer
you.
and praying that God will just continue to work through you.
Thank you.
Tiffany, hey, my friend, Tiffany, thanks for coming in. We appreciate you. Deidre says, awesome show on today. We thank you for that, and blessings to you. And Minister Glory said, thanks for that link. Oh, you are so welcome. All right, guys, make sure you reach out and check out Tracy. Okay, we're gonna get out of here on today. I thank you all for joining me as she's exiting on today. You be blessed, Tracy, okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. As she's exiting today, I just want to remind you guys to support me. My book has been nominated. Surviving a Silenced Heartbeat has been nominated for a literary award, and the award show will be held in November in Las Vegas, Nevada. So you are more than welcome to come and join me in person along with the other nominees, or you can purchase a ticket to watch it virtually. And I am going to place the link where you can get your tickets. Distinguished Authors Guild is the wonderful organization that has where my book has been nominated through, and they have this awesome awards gala show every year. And this is the fourth year, so I'm grateful to be amongst them. And it's just a tremendous blessing. I just thank God for what He's doing and what He's going to do. Next week we will not be here, but we will be here the following week. So the second week in September, I'm going to feature a young man that I met. We had what they call it, the Black Authors photo in Chicago, in the city of Chicago. probably about a couple of months ago. And I met this young man, Mario Givens. He is an author. He's a poet. Oh my goodness. His poetry, my goodness, is just on fire. And I want to feature him. He has 5 poetry books out now, 5 poetry books. Mario Givens is going to be my guest on September the 13th. I cannot believe this time is riding by so fast on me. So let me get that right. So September 13th, the second Wednesday in September, I will feature Mr. Givens, and I am excited for him to share with you what God has done through him. So I'm going to play the promo, and I want you guys to make sure that you stick with me. Share the promo. We'll be here. It'll be on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all over. So I know this is a short session on today, but thank you all for joining me and listening to my guest and supporting her. So take a listen to this promo for 2 weeks from now, and we'll see you then. On the next session of Get Caught in a Net.
Get caught in a net with